Hey folks, today is a good day. It's a good day to try something different. Welcome to the first episode of Rob's POV Cooking, Point of View Cooking. I'm wearing an action camera and we're going to see where this takes us. I'm going to be making something for a family gathering that we're having pretty soon. I'm making stovetop stuffing, but I just can't follow the instructions. I'm going to be kicking this stovetop stuffing up a couple notches. And I thought I'd show you what I do, and you're going to see it from my vantage point. Let's head over to the kitchen, start making this stuffing. Got the kitchen all ready to go. Have my skillet or my pan all heating up. Got some extra vegetables. So let's get started. I am going to start by kicking this stuffing up by adding a little Italian sausage first. I am going to brown this Italian sausage and leave most of the fat in here so that we can use that to saute our onions and our celery. So while this is starting to brown, let's start chopping up our onions and celery. Stovetop stuffing, I like it. It's easy to make, tastes great, and it's easy to reheat. But I usually like putting a couple extras in there just to put my own spin on it. This is actually some fresh Italian sausage that I made. Normally you'd probably use breakfast sausage in this stuffing, but Italian pumps it up a little bit, gives it a little bit of a spice to it. I'm actually going to be making a double batch of this stovetop stuffing. We're going to have quite a few people over. And stuffing, or do you call it dressing? I call it stuffing. Stuffing is always good the next day. Put a little extra gravy on there. Good stuff. What I'm trying to do is brown the Italian sausage and get it in nice small little crumble pieces. For the celery, I don't like the ends, so we're going to cut off the ends, both of them. Toss it in my sink there. And we're going to split the rib in half. This pan is getting a bit hot. We don't want to burn the meat. Just want to brown it. Now, chop this up pretty finely. Our family gathering is actually not today, so I'm going to make this, give it a little taste test, and then put it in the refrigerator. When it's time for our gathering, I will throw it probably in the microwave and heat it up and fluff it up with a fork. The box has some pretty decent instructions. Really, to make this stuff, all you have to do is use some water, some butter, and throw the package of croutons and seasoning in there. Well, that's great, and it does taste awesome. So like I said, we're going to just bump it up a bit. I have attempted at times to put some of the giblets from the turkey in the stuffing, but yeah, there's some people that just don't like that flavor or the texture. I like it, but we're going to keep it pretty safe here with just some Italian sausage. Hopefully this isn't making you too dizzy with my movements here. After this meat gets done, we're going to take it out, put it in another bowl, and then we're going to melt some butter. The butter is going to be used to saute or soften the celery and the onions a bit. Now, I was expecting this sausage to give off a lot more fat, but it's not giving up much fat. I will have the recipe, the extra things I put into this stuffing, in the description. Get this meat out of here. All right, time to melt our butter. At this point, we don't want this pan too hot. I don't want this butter to brown. But, you know, it wouldn't be that bad if it browned. So a whole stick of butter. The package actually calls for 4 tablespoons per package, and that's what this is, 8 tablespoons. So let's throw the vegetables in there and get this sauteed a bit. What do you think? Should I taste it? Of course I should. Ooh, that's good Italian sausage. I have some water. My stuffing I like to have a little bit moister than the standard stovetop version. I think this calls for, what, 1.5 cups of water for each bag. So that means 3 cups. Well, I have a little over 4 cups in here because, like I said, I like my stuffing a little bit moister than the standard stovetop stuffing variant. So to our water, I'm going to actually add a little more flavoring. I have some of this Better Than Bouillon chicken base. I'm not going to put too much in there because actually that stovetop stuffing has flavorings and seasonings in there. This water actually has been microwaved for a little bit. Okay, we're going to let this simmer and soften the vegetables for a couple more minutes. Then I'm going to add my light chicken stock along with this Italian sausage. Okay, I'm going to dump this in there. We're going to let this come to a boil, a pretty strong boil, before we put in our stuffing. So I will see you when this is bubbling well. This is boiling very well. I'm just going to try a piece of the celery just to make sure it's soft. I don't want hard celery in my stuffing. Yeah, we're going to have to let this boil for probably another couple minutes. That celery's pretty crunchy. So what do you think about this format here, me doing a point of view cooking episode? Do you like it? Should I do more? Okay, time to add our stovetop stuffing mix. Oh, that is not terrible. Not terrible. Rippable? Okay, we'll mix this up really well. Turn the heat off. Okay. Time to put a cover on this, and we're going to let this stand for 5 minutes and let all those croutons soak up all that delicious flavorings. So I'll see you in about 5 minutes. Just like that, 5 minutes are up. Oh, that smells so good. As I mentioned, I like my stuffing to be on the moist side. I used to like it very, very dry. My mom used to make stuffing that was more like meatloaf. It was so solid. My mother-in-law, however, fed me really moist stuffing made with Wonder Bread, and I just fell in love with that stuff. So every time I make stuffing right now, I sort of dedicate this to my mother-in-law and her great moist stuffing. So let's give this a bit of a try. Looks pretty tasty. Have to try some more. This is going to be great. A little homemade gravy over this. So good. Wow. If you had a choice, how would you amp up your regular box stuffing? Let me know in the comments what you would normally do to bring it up a notch or two. This is really a simple way of, I guess, improving already a pretty good product. Hey, let me know if you like this format. It was a little bit different, but pretty fun to do. We'll see how editing goes. As usual, I'm having a really good day. I hope whatever you guys are doing, you're also having a good day. See you next time.